Servus and welcome to my new web series Beyond the Game. First, I want to introduce myself. My nickname is Fireball313, but people in the gamers community just call me Fireball. I'm a gamer since I'm 6 years old. Now I am in my 40s, unfortunately. In 1983, my parents bought me and my older brother a video game console, and that was an Atari 2600. From that moment, playing games was a hobby, what I really loved to do, and the years go by, how more interested I got with history and the video gaming culture itself. So, besides doing study, work and dating girls, video games had a special place in my life. And that you can see in my later activities. For example, I was a pro gamer with Unreal Tournament 2003-2004. And for over a decade, I worked as a video game journalist. Recording long plays and sharing it with people on YouTube is a thing what I do for almost 8 years now. But I had always ambition to do more than that. And I believe now is the right time for me. To explain my main reason why I start this web series is quite easy. Of course, I follow the news about video games, and for a couple of years now there's a big shift. I'm not just a gamer, but also a video game collector with a passion to collect the products what I buy. But more and more stuff is digital now, especially when we talk about collector's edition. And with my web series, I want to show a different perspective when we talk about video games. I want to show the beauty of collecting games on different mediums, and I want to show what you miss when you just buy a game through digital distribution services like PlayStation or the Nintendo Store. And maybe I can convince some of you to get your games like I do now for all my life. But first, some information about my future content. None of my videos will be paid promotion in any kind of way. Everything what I present on my channel is from my own personal collection. And besides that, I don't put any kind of affiliated links in my description. If you guys are interested to buy some of these games what I show, I challenge to go to your local game store and try to buy it there. The reason for that is very easy also. I love video game stores, and through the digital shift of the industry, very slowly they disappear. And that is a real shame, because video game stores are awesome places where you can meet other gamers in real and you can talk about the passion. So, but this is enough information now. Let's talk about the games what I want to show today. The first game what I would like to talk about is actually a bundle of 2 games. And I talk about the Dead or Alive Ultimate Double Disc Collector's Edition. This came out in 2004 and it's an exclusive to the original Xbox. What you get in this bundle are 2 games, the first Dead or Alive and the second Dead or Alive, with some enhancements, but soon I will talk in detail about that. It runs, both games run on the 360 and on the Xbox One also, and even the online multiplayer is still functional. And that is one of the biggest key features, what you can see already here in the front. Because in 2004, online multiplayer with fighting games was a really big thing. And Mortal Kombat Deception was the first one on the original Xbox who supported that. And Dead or Alive Ultimate was the second who supported this. And you can see it even on the back. It says here, online multiplayer, scoreboard, friends, and voice chat. But first, I would like to talk a little bit about Dead or Alive by itself. That is a fighting series that started in 1996. It was developed by Team Ninja. They are the makers of the Ninja Gaiden series. And the arcade version was based on the Sega Model 2. And 1 year later, they ported Dead or Alive to the Sega Saturn and to the PlayStation. This is the PlayStation version. The Sega Saturn version is, compared to this one, a little bit better. It has higher resolution and a better frame rate and more content. Yeah, when we talk about the gameplay and about if I like this game, I don't like the first one because they have really a stupid mechanic in it, and they call it the danger zone. It's a 3D fighter actually, and you move into space, and when you leave this space, this is the danger zone here. And when you touch the ground next to your fighting area, then there's a huge explosion and you lose a lot of your life. And this is so unfair in a fighting game, but Team Ninja really thought this is an awesome idea. I really didn't like that back then. So, and I just have this one because I wanted to have all the games in my collection. So this one is just not so good. In 2000, actually, Team Ninja released Dead or Alive 2 for the original Sega Dreamcast, and 2 years later, there came a PlayStation 2 version. This is an enhanced version on the Dreamcast port with better graphics, new content, and yeah, new features. This is the Platinum version. And when I started this one back then in 2002, I really fell in love. I mean, I was always a huge Street Fighter fan, but when I started to play this one, I really fell in love with the gameplay, with the 3D environment, with the graphics. Already to have the possibility, you know, to kick somebody from out of the fighting area, and yeah, there was so much stuff what I really loved about that, and that was the moment where Dead or Alive was my favorite fighting series. But let's focus on Dead or Alive Ultimate. When you buy this, actually, it looks like this. This has a value around of 60 euro. You can have a cheaper version, but then you don't have this paper sleeve, then you just get the loose games by itself. Yeah, when you open it, you are presented with the first Dead or Alive on one disc and the second Dead or Alive on one disc. First, when we talk about Dead or Alive 1, this is a high-resolution edition of the Sega Saturn with redeveloped graphic, new stages. You lose some content compared to the Saturn version, but you get an extra character. Soon I will show that. That is the front of the cover. That is the back. Nothing really spectacular in this case. And this is the way how it looks from the inside. Besides the manual, you get 2-month trial for Xbox Live. This is still not used. Maybe I can try it on the Xbox One. Maybe it will work. And then you get the manual. And the manual, I think, for a fighting game is really important because then you get all the details about all the fighters, you know, special moves and all that stuff. And I really think this is quite important because I'm not a guy who goes online and check this online. I want to have a manual in this case. And then here, in this case, it really delivers. So yes, you get prologue information if you care about the storyline, but serious, nobody plays a fighting game for the storyline. And Dead or Alive has a really, really crazy storyline. Here's about the basic controls and how you start the game, then the basic operations, the game modes. And wait, I think they talked even here about no. Soon they will talk about that actually. Then here, this is about online gameplay, what you can do. Really important. And if you care about the relationships of all these characters, then you have a nice artwork here. I mean, I don't care about the storyline, but it's really a nice goodie to see how they are connected with each other. And this one here, this end boss, Raido is his name, I think. He's a selectable from the beginning. Yeah, and then really important, you get all these special combinations for every character and some backstory if you care about that. So Jen Lee, for example, is a Bruce Lee ripoff. Bayman. Tina, she is a wrestler. Actually, in the second part, you see her father is even a playable character. And then Ryu Hayabusa, I think some people know him because of the Ninja Gaiden series. He's the main protagonist. Zack, that is a crazy character. And Jen Fu, of course. And then you have some information about the secret costume and then about the boss character who is selectable. Yeah, that's it about the first one. Let me put this back. And now the second one. It's a little bit like the first one. What you get actually, this is an enhanced version of Dead or Alive 2. Compared with this one, actually you have better graphics, newer gameplay, one more playable character and some other features. So this is the definitive version of Dead or Alive 2, if you want to know. So. And yeah, they enhance, of course, the graphics and some game mechanics from Dead or Alive 3 are included here also. So this is the front, by the way, and this is the back. If you open it, it looks like that. It's almost identical, like with the first one. And here's the manual. And the manual is detailed also about the storyline, if you care about that, and how you start the game, about the controls, and the game modes. Here's the story mode, versus mode. And what really kicks ass is the tag battle mode. And that is really some kind of battle royale, you can even call it. You can play it with 4 people. And this is so crazy. Forget Bomberman. If you really want to have the best party game, here get Dead or Alive 2 with 3 friends, and you have the best time of your life, really. So here's some more information. Then, of course, online gameplay, how the lobby system works. And these are the basics about Dead or Alive 2. And then, of course, you get all the information about the characters with his special moves. That is really, really important. So you see again, Ryu Hayabusa, Solitary Super Ninja. And then Helena, I like her also. I mean, she's a very cocky person, but I like her fighting style. Tina Armstrong and her father, Baz Armstrong. Here's some kind of Hulk Hogan ripoff. So Leon and Jan Lee. And this is my favorite character. This is Ein. I hope I said correctly. Actually, the funny thing is I even believe he's German, and Ein is not really a name. But Japanese people really love German language, even if it doesn't make any kind of sense. Yeah, and then, this is nice also, if you care about that, the world of Dead or Alive. Here they explain a lot of stuff, some backstories. What is a shinobi? What is an epsilon? And stuff like that. Yes. And here, of course, the credits for Aerosmith, if you care about that. Yeah, so let me put this back. So, that's this one. The second game what I would like to show is one of my all-time classics, and that is the original Shadow of the Colossus for the PlayStation 2. This is an exclusive. It came out in 2005. And this game is awesome in so many ways, but soon I will talk about that. Yes, I know what you guys will tell me now. This is not a special edition in any kind of way. Yes, this is true. This is the European Standard Edition, and I want to include this because this is a prime example when a publisher really takes a lot of effort to present a game in a very unique way. Because, I mean, you saw this already with Dead or Alive 2, this is just a standard PlayStation package. Most of the games look like that, of course in black, not in gray or silver in this case. But this is really awesome how it looks, and soon I will show that. This is the front of the cover. This is actually the back. This is cardboard in a very high quality, really high quality. You open it like that, and then you get this out. Here is one of the artworks. This is this dome, this realm. You use this as a headquarter with your character. And this is the other side of it. This is one of the Colossus, what you need to slay. And this is your main protagonist with his horse. And when you open it, it looks like that. And first I take everything out, and then you can really appreciate the design of it. Check this out. Looks really awesome. I hope you guys can see that, really. And it goes even further. So, and yes, of course, you get your DVD and your manual. And the manual is, yeah, just standard, I would say. It's a nice artwork. Here you get a commercial about Ico. There's the predecessor of Shadow of the Colossus. Is a nice game also. Nice, not right, the right word, actually awesome game. And yeah, about the manual, wait. You get some information about the storyline and how you control the game. This is quite standard. Nothing extraordinary in this case. But what is really awesome is, wait, I'll show you. You get, with this, game, Postcards. And this is one of the Colossus, and looks really, really cool. And you can even send this to somebody, but I will not do that. So this is one of the postcards, yes. And this is the second one. This is the third. Looks really awesome. I like the design. And this is the fourth. So yeah, this is awesome. And you just get this kind of goodies and design just for a standard game, you know. Really, really, really cool. Yeah. When we talk about the gameplay, actually, this is a game what I consider as art in so many ways, because the way how the game presents itself with its mood and the atmosphere and the graphics and the gameplay even, it is quite unique. You know, you're a wanderer, a young man who lost his loved ones, and then you go to this church or realm, and then a god or somebody tells you to slay 16 of this Colossus. If you do that, then you can revive your girlfriend. Yeah, and this is actually the main gameplay. You go in this open area and you must find these Colossus, and then you must try to find a way to slay them. And there's a huge tactic to understand how all these individual Colossus function, where their weak spots, their pattern of movement. This is really, really awesome game. If you don't have a PlayStation 2, actually, you have two other options to play this game. There is actually a PlayStation 3 version, and that is in Classic HD. This is a remastered version together with ICO. It's even 3D compatible. This came out, I think, in 2011, something like that. Yes, and then you get enhanced graphics, better frame rate, and of course trophy support. What is really nice about this one, I show you, for example, you can turn this around, right? And then you have an alternative cover, like that, yes. And then you have an alternative cover of ICO and Shadow of the Colossus. And there is a remake, and this came out in 2018. This was not developed by Team ICO, this was developed by, let me think, Bluepoint Games, actually, yes. And this is completely brand new game, actually. It's based on the original one with new graphics and trophy support, yeah. So, and this, of course, works on a PlayStation 5 also. Another interesting fact, if you have a PlayStation 3 60GB edition, if you pop this one in, actually, you have a better frame rate, because the game is quite demanding on the PlayStation, and when you're in open areas with huge Colossus, sometimes the frame rate goes a little bit down. And when you use the original PlayStation 3 60GB, actually, you have really fluid gameplay. Yeah. Awesome, awesome game, really. I recommend this to everybody. The price about this one is €20 upwards, actually. If you have a sealed copy, this goes for over 100 euro. Let's move to the next game. And that actually is a bundle also. And that is the Metroid Prime Trilogy. Included on this dual layer disc is Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 with some enhancements. Soon I will talk about that. This is the collector's edition, and this is quite funny. This just got released only in the West. Japan never saw this. They had separate parts what runs under the New Play Control label. So they had Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 separately for the download, and you could buy it even in a store. We got all 3 games in one collection. And you get a lot of goodies with this one also. But first, I want to talk about the bonus material. Actually, what you get is enhanced version of Metroid Prime 1 and 2 with updated textures, faster loading times, bloom lightning, and 16:9 widescreen support. Besides that, Metroid 1 and 2, Prime 1 and 2, gets the control scheme what is based on corruption. So that is quite nice actually. So this is the front, and this is the back. This is the German version. This is identical with the rest of the European versions. And get some information about that. You open it like that, put this aside, and it looks like this. Very shiny. I hope you guys can see that. And when you open, it looks like this. You get all the free games, and you get some goodies. First, this thing here for the Club Nintendo, but this doesn't work anymore. And of course, a small flyer about products from Nintendo, like Wii Fit, Wii Music, crappy one, I think, Mario Kart Wii, Pro Evolution Soccer, Wii Sports Resort, Super Mario Galaxy, yeah. You see there's new play control, Mario Tennis, Power Tennis, sorry, Pikmin 1 and 2, and Zelda. And then, of course, you get the manual. And the manual, of course, is divided in Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. And they give you all the basic information about the storyline, how the controls work now, the capabilities of Samus. Then the storyline of Prime 2 with the controls. And of course, corruption, the last one. I really like this kind of menus when they go really on detail about everything, you know. So you don't need to look online or something. You find everything what you need to know about these games just here in this manual. And then, of course, about the multiplayer. So, besides that, you get something really, really nice, and that's this one. And you can open it like this. And this is the Metroid Prime Trilogy, the whole story. And it explains everything in detail. Right, do it like that. And when you turn it around, actually you get some artworks with a very glossy finish. I like that. Has really this feeling of high quality. Yes. The collector's value about this one is around 60 euro upwards, of course. If you want a sealed one, then you must pay a lot. So yeah, and but it's really a nice collection to have. Yes. Next one, I kept the worst for last, or the interesting one for last. And that is this, the 25th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. This came out in 2010 for the Wii. And soon you guys will see why this one is one of the biggest disappointments what you can ever have as a Mario fan. I mean, hey, Super Mario, it's an icon of the video game industry. It's a mascot of Nintendo. You would expect that the company who created him would do something awesome for his anniversary. What we got at the end is this. And the package says it already really, really clear. You get Super Mario All-Star, that is the Super Nintendo version from 1993, on one disc. You get a booklet, a history booklet, and a soundtrack CD. And that's it. This is back, and here they make a big thing about that. 4 Mario games on one disc. Woohoo! You get Super Mario Bros. You get Super Mario Bros. The Lost Level, that is the Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2. Then you get the Western version of Super Mario Bros. That is in Japan, Super Mario USA. And then Super Mario Bros. 3. That's it. No Super Mario World, no Super Mario 64, no Super Mario Sunshine. Just these 4 games. And here even in small letters you can read that it's the original Super Nintendo version of Super Mario AllStars with no enhancement. Nothing. Yeah, so this is in so many ways a big disappointment. But I will open now and show you guys all the details about that. And here you get the game, and here are the special features. First, we look at the game itself. I mean, it really looks nice, and they make a big thing about that. Again, 4 Mario games on one disc. By the way, this is a Dutch version. This is the same like the German or the English one, so no difference. And then, of course, you can see all the 4 games. When you turn it around, then you get this with the information about the control scheme. When you open it, it looks like this. I mean, I like the design, really fits with the white background. And then you get the menu and a flyer. Let's look at the flyer first. Here you get Wii Party, Metroid Other M, Super Mario Galaxy 2, really awesome game. One of the best Mario games ever. Wii Fit Plus, not really my type of game. Tetris Party Deluxe, awesome Tetris game with a really, really good online multiplayer. Mario Kart Wii and Pocket Part Wii Pikachu's Adventure. This one, that is the menu. That's the front of it. Looks nice, I think. And this is the back. And when you open it, you get all the detailed information about all the 4 games. There's nothing extraordinary in this case, just about the control scheme, what is possible. And what was a feature back then is that you can save, you know, there's a save feature on all the Mario games. Here you have it also. This is the storyline about Super Mario Bros., how you play the game, then about the lost levels. Then here it's about the storyline of Super Mario Bros. 3. Then all the items, all the possibilities, what you can do with Mario. I like the artworks. And a description how the power-up function works. Like it's a standard Mario. If you take a Super Mushroom, then you're Super Mario. If you take a Fire Flower, then you're Fire Mario, and so on. Here's some enemies. And this is the storyline of Super Mario Bros. 2. And how this game functions, and I must really admit I don't like this Super Mario Bros. 2 version. You really feel this is not Super Mario at all. And some enemies. That's it. Now let's check the goodies. I mean, I like the design, you know, it started with the NES, of course. That looks really nice. And this is the back. And this is quite funny because Nintendo shows here their whole catalog about Super Mario. So for the 25th anniversary, you would expect that you get this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and at least this one on top, you know. But what we just got is this, this, and this. This is really crazy, really crazy. The inside looks like that. It's the soundtrack CD. And there's a caveat about that also, and I show this immediately. Technically, you get 20 tracks. From these 20 tracks are just 10 just sound tracks, and the rest are sound effects. That's it. I mean, you have so many Super Mario games with awesome soundtracks. You could fill at least 4 CDs. And what we got is just 1 CD with 10 songs and 10 sound effects. That is really, yeah, shit, I must admit. And the history book is actually quite nice. I like it. It is very small, unfortunately, you know, but at least it is something. Has really good quality paper and nice artworks. Here you get the history of all the Mario games and on which system they got released. And then Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Super Mario, with all his games. This is the first Super Mario Bros. It's the Famicom version. Here you see the Western version. And this is the way how they draw back then, the level design on paper. Look like that. Then Super Mario Bros. 2 got on the Famicom Disk System. This got never released here in the West, actually. And Super Mario Bros. 3. And Super Mario World. And quite fascinating, the Japanese version called Super Mario Bros. 4. And in the Western world, it was just Super Mario World. And then here Super Mario USA. That is our Super Mario Bros. 2. And of course Super Mario 64. Here's some drawings, how Mario moves in a 3D environment. Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. And of course New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS. And then of course Super Mario Galaxy, one of the best Mario games ever, beside Galaxy 2. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And then of course Super Mario Galaxy 2. And here's some nice artworks. Here's some flyers, Japanese ones. And that's it. I must admit, for this celebration, really, there's a lot of missed opportunities. And if you just go online and check the reviews about this collection, you will find out that almost everybody is really disappointed, you know, about that. From the collector's value, actually this one is still cheap. You get it already for 30 euro, something like that. It depends on the condition. When you have a really mint version, you know, what is still sealed, then of course it's way expensive. So, and that's it for today. I hope you liked this video and leave a comment. By the way, for the future, I have some other ideas about new content what will be released when I finished it. So stay tuned and don't forget, support your local video game stores. Servus, guys.